One of my favorite things to yap about is music. Don't look at me like that. Girl, we gotta film this video. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I know you're like, why is she starting a YouTube channel? I thought this was a travel channel. Who does she think she is? She got this mic and this little camera set up. Yeah, I'm starting a channel. I'm starting a YouTube channel because I thought, why not? Literally, why not? And yes, I want my channel to be centered around travel, and I have a couple of trips planned in the future, in the near future, that I will be partaking on and taking you all with me. So do not worry, we're gonna get into the travel content, okay? In the meantime, to see that in live, in real time, follow me on Instagram. That's the only channel that I will be posting it on. I know everybody's telling me, get a TikTok, get a TikTok, get a TikTok. In due time. We're just starting this journey off, okay? And I want to get my content to a certain level before I start taking on other platforms, basically. So I'm so rude. My name is Brianna. If you couldn't tell by the channel name, it's just my name, Brianna Ray to be exact. I'm 25. I am a This is so hard. How do people talk to camera for a living? So basically, I'm 25. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, but I'm originally from Miami, Florida, 305, Dade County, born and raised, 305 till I die. So this video, I want to focus on me, getting to know me, basically. And instead of doing like the traditional get to know me or question or whatever, I thought, being true to myself and who I am and what I love, I want to introduce y'all to my music collection. Because if you know me, you've probably heard me say the best way to get to know me is through my music. So I am an avid music guru. I love music. I breathe music. I am music. I wish. But no, I love music in all forms, in all, what's the term? In all mediums? Yeah, in all mediums, but specifically physical mediums, okay? I'm a sentimental girly, so I do love tangible things. I have photo albums, I have just like little collectibles. Like when I do go to other countries, I like to get physical, tangible things. And my prized possession, my babies, besides my dog, are my records, my vinyl records, my record collection. So I'm sitting in front of where they're stored in this IKEA shelving unit thing. So I have probably over 100 at this point. I'm pretty sure. It's been a long time coming. My collection went from like one little itty bitty record that I begged my parents to get before I even had a record player. and now it's grown to over 100. These are records that I have thrifted. These are records that I have bought from record stores, record shops, and these are also records that I've been gifted. I hold them very near and dear to my heart. So you're learning about me through my music, and that's kind of how I wanted to structure this video. I'm just going to show you all so you can get a better feel for who I am through my music. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Excuse me, by the way, I forgot to mention I am a little sick while I'm filming this. So if you hear me clear my throat, or if I just sound a little like stuffy, it's because I'm getting, over it. My body's kind of draining everything out, and it's gross. But that's what we do. It's our immune system. So shout out to her. So to get started, my collection is actually in alphabetical order, and I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited to share this with y'all because I've posted on my stories and stuff and on my Instagram and whatnot, and just shared with my individual friends in my life and my family about my record collection, but just showing it in its full capacity where it's at right now, and then just being able to probably look back on this video in like 5 years or 10 years and see how much it's grown, because it will grow. It's an expensive habit but it's worth it. I truly believe that it's worth it because if you take care of them, oh my gosh, they can last centuries and it's beautiful. And the music is just like something that transcends time, and I truly wholeheartedly believe that it is a language in itself, and it's my love language. So anyways, I'm rambling, but my collection is in alphabetical order. So we're gonna start from A. This might be a long video, so we're just gonna get right into it. First and foremost, we have Alabama Shakes. Alabama Shakes. I don't know if y'all can see it right here. I will show a close-up, a better view of it and everything. But Alabama Shakes is a group. Well, was a group. Actually, I think they broke up. Could be wrong, don't quote me on any of this that I say. I don't keep up with the artists. I just keep up with their music. But I love them. They have such a unique sound. I won't get too in-depth like in the talking portion because I will show y'all what it looks like. But I just love, one thing I am is a sucker for a cool vinyl. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you're watching this video and you have a record collection of your own, let me know down in the comments because I would love to know what is in your record collection, or like how many do you have in your record collection. I would love to know that, please. It's called Sound and Color. Next is also Alabama Shakes, and it's one of their older albums. It's called Boys and Girls. 2012, so 3 years before the last one, all right? Love it. This one is also a really cool vinyl. You will see in the clips that I'm gonna insert. So to save time, I'm not gonna like show you every single vinyl because honey, this collection is large. She's a large, okay? Next, you may all know Miss Amy Winehouse, honey. Like, you think I wouldn't have her in my collection? Ugh, please. Back to Black, okay? So obviously a classic, have to have it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If you know, you know. So just a disclaimer, I have such a large collection, and I've been collecting vinyls over a long period of time, so I may not know where I got every single one. Bear with me. I'm not gonna say like where I got or when I got every single piece, just because, honey, I'm young. I'm not that young, okay? Next, Anderson .Paak, honey. This one was recent, okay? And shout out to the person that gifted me this. I love Anderson .Paak. I saw him in concert not too long ago, back in like, I think September or November here in Atlanta. And it was everything I hoped for. That was actually my second time seeing him because I saw him also in Atlanta for the first time at Afropunk in 2019. So a little backstory about my history with Anderson .Paak. This is one of his first albums, mixtapes. Don't quote me. This is before Malibu. So I love that he kept like the theme going with like Venice, Malibu, because he's from California and all that stuff. So beautiful album. Go listen to it if you haven't already. This one I thrifted. So a little special. And the thrifted ones are a hit or miss because obviously you can't count on them being new and fresh and unscratched, and you also can't play them a lot of the times because they don't have players wherever you are in their stores. Honey, I spent a good amount of my time in like junior and senior year of high school going to like this mom and pop back of Target thrift store. Like, it was real sketchy in hindsight, but I got some gems. Okay, so Anne Murray or Anne Murray, I think it's Murray. Let's Keep It That Way. A beautiful soundtrack, and I liked it. No notes. This one was also thrifted. I have some ones that aren't like by specific artists. They're just like soundtracks. This Rainbow Sound of Bianco. Honey, I don't know. Some of these I just picked up. Beautiful record though. Like, beautiful soundtrack. It is stunning, obviously, but the music itself is really good. Fun fact about me, this is where you get to know me. I was classically trained in violin for 7 years. Yeah, from 6th grade So from like 10, 11 years old till 18 years old. So for 7 years, I played in a classical string orchestra, first chair. Ask about me. Like I said, this is getting to know me. You'll see a wide range of music in here. This one is a single. I'll just take it out the sleeve since there's not really much to see. This is Bad Boy Records. It's Peaches and Cream featuring P. Diddy. Yep. So if you know Peaches and Cream, you know this record. And it has like remixes on it too. So it's like 2-sided and there's 4 songs. And if I'm like scrunching up my face, it's because I'm in that stage of sickness where my nose is like burning because my sinuses are just flushing everything out, and I'm trying to like not gross y'all out by like blowing my nose every 5 seconds. So if you know Barbra Streisand, then you know Barbra Streisand. If you don't know Barbra Streisand, get to know Barbra Streisand. This is the Barbra Streisand album. Hits after hits after hits, obviously. I have no notes. Look at it. Ooh, this one has been in my collection for a very long time. I can't tell you when and how long, but I know because I just remember seeing it for years and years and years. Billy Joel. So we are in the B's now, obviously. Billy Joel, Songs in the Dark. Billy Joel had some jams, okay? I don't care what you say, if you call me an old man or what. He had some jams, all right? Look at this. Black Sheep. Flavor of the Month. This is a single, so it's just one song and it has like a couple remixes on it. Believe it or not, like a lot of these songs or a lot of these vinyls and records got me into the artist. So Black Sheep, obviously I grew up like listening to Black Sheep here and there, but I actually really got into Black Sheep after getting this record. The Best of Charlie Pride. I don't really know who Charlie Pride is, but this was a good record, okay? And it's the best of it, so he had some bops, all right? Comment down below what you think the number will be at the end of this. So I'm counting, so go ahead, pause the video, take a guess and see how close you are to the amount. I told you at the beginning of this video that I'm kind of over 100. The last time I counted, I was like 90 something, and obviously I've got more records since then. So if you think you can try your luck, comment down below how many records do you think I have in my collection. Okay, I want to see who gets the closest number. Childish Gambino, honey. So this is Camp, a masterpiece. I don't really have nothing else to say. One thing about me, an artist, when an artist tells a story, honey, you deserve that title. You're an artist. You're not just a singer. You're not just a performer. You're not just an entertainer. You're an artiste. Okay? You told a story with music, with a whole album. I love it. It's a trifold though. So let me clip this so y'all can hear me. It's a trifold. Look at it. I love this album. And I want to expand my Childish Gambino collection. I do have a few artists in here that I've like completed their discography in my vinyls, obviously besides like any recent work. Childish Gambino is one that I do want to collect all of his albums because I love every single one of them. So yeah. How could I have Camp and not have Awaken My Love? This goes without saying, y'all know it. And if you don't, you've been living under a rock. Come on now. No notes. Miss Diana Ross. Okay, honey. This is, I think, an older one. Let me see if there's a year on here. Ah, it says it on the sticker. Hello, 1983. Look. And it was only $7. Thrifted. Go to your local thrift stop, your local vinyl shop, your local record shop will do. And they need it. They need the support. And usually you will find some wonderful, beautiful people in there who are so passionate about it, about the music and about the records. And it's just like, it makes it an experience. It's like very like, it was a trendy time to like go shop for records and all that stuff. And of course I partook, but like, it's also my passion. It's really cool to experience it. That is the whole point. That's what the appeal was. So go to your local record store. There's a few, like not too far from me here in Atlanta that I discovered that I'm just like, there's also a Black owned record shop. I will link them down below if they have like a link or anything, or I'll just like list them down below here in Atlanta that I absolutely love. Miss Diana Ross again, of course. And this album came out in 1976. So this one is actually older than the pink one. Also only $7. I think I got these in the same day. Theme from Mahogany. Doris Day. Do y'all know who Doris Day is? This is her Christmas album. It's just such a cute album. Like, I love it. And her voice is beautiful. I got this, I think, from that like mom and pop, their store back in Miami. I miss them, honestly. I would get like records for like $5. It was insane. Or sometimes less than that. Okay. Ooh, this one. This was a gift. And I mean like not a present or anything. I mean like someone, a very close old friend from high school gifted me a very large section of his collection, if not his whole collection. Chris, if you're watching this, you're insane still. I still think you're like absolutely crazy for giving me all of the records that you did. But he gifted me this. He gifted me a bunch, and this is one of them that was in that haul. Daft Punk. Ooh, I got lipstick on it. Ah. If you don't know who Daft Punk is, they're like club music, a little bit electronic, a little bit of funk. And I wasn't one to like sit there and listen to their albums, but when I got this, I was like, oh yes. Like I knew who they were and I've heard their songs before, but I've never sat down and listened to their discography. After this, yeah, enough said. Now we get into the thick of it because this one don't even got a sleeve. Ella Fitzgerald. Ooh, that's my girl. That's my girl. That's my girl. That's my girl. You know Ella Fitzgerald, honey. We gotta be homies. If you like listen to her, like real deal, we gotta be homies. Okay. This is Stairway to the Stars. Okay, and so like I said, it's a wide range. It's not just single artists or groups with their albums. It's also musical soundtracks, honey. You think I'm not cultured? I grew up in visual and performing arts. Like I said, I played violin and I had a lot of friends in chorus and like drama and stuff. I grew up pretty hip to musicals, Broadway musicals and things like that. So Fame is a classic, honey. Of course I had to get the soundtrack. Keeping up with the musical theater, Broadway musical theme, Footloose. I cannot tell you where I got this or when I got this, but it just popped up in my collection one day and I was like, yeah, you know what? Hell yeah. No, I'm kidding. I wonder what number we're on. Like, we're only a quarter way through. This was a gift. And it was a whole box set, actually. It was like one of my favorite gifts because I was obsessed with Imagine Dragons when I was in like middle school and into high school. So I got this as a gift in like college. The whole box set of their like early discography. Smoke and Mirrors, classic. If you listen to Imagine Dragons, you'll know that like this is some of their best work. I'm biased too, so like whatever. Take it with a grain of salt. Next, Evolve. Loved it, loved it, loved it. 10s across the board. Love everything about this album. I just love everything about this band, honestly. So like this box set, actually, fun fact, before I get into the last one, it came with 4 records. So I think I sold the very first one because it actually wasn't even an album, it was an EP. And it had all of the same songs as this next album, which was their debut album. So I said, why am I holding on to this? I could probably sell it for some change or like exchange it for like another record that I really want. And that's what I did. So pro tip, if you ever want records, you just don't want to pay full price for it, or like you have records to get rid of and like you want to like switch out some in your collection, like older records for newer records, or just like music you don't really listen to anymore, you can always sell back to your local record store. So I don't think like big box stores will accept it, but a lot of like local record shops will accept buybacks. Pro tip, because I've done that before and it worked. Night Visions, honey. This is what made them really popular. This was the album that got them some heat, okay? Radioactive. You don't know Radioactive? active. You were living under a rock. And what year was this? 2012. Yeah, peak middle school Bree. Imagine Dragons. This is a recent one, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful find. Like, I found this at the Black-owned record store that I went to, that I was telling you all about earlier in this video. Jill Scott. Give me some Jill Scott and I'll love you forever. And this is like, I think, just like the best of her, Jill Scott. Yeah. It's by popular demand, brings together all of her most popular hidden beach songs. This is another box set. I told you I'm into classical music. So when I found this, and it was, I wish I could tell you how much it was because I know it was so cheap. This is a box set of J.S. Bach. I don't know how to pronounce this. It's in French. Matthäus Passion. La Chapelle Royale, Paris, Collegiate. I'm gonna just stop myself while I'm ahead. A bunch of records in here. I think it's like 4 or 5 in here. It's a lot. This thing's heavy, okay? I put this on and I'm like transported to another world. I'm transported to like visit the 1700s or something, but like the better part of it, not the other part. This artist. This is another artist that I want to get more of their discography on vinyl, because when I say they're an artist, they are an artist. They're also a producer. They've produced for some big name people out there. If you have not listened to Jon Bellion, I need you to. If you listen to anyone out of this, and you grab anything from this video, please go listen to Jon Bellion. This album took me to a place. And honey, I got it too because it's a special one. You'll see. It's blue and it's gorgeous. It's just as gorgeous as the music is. Glory Sound Prep. It's just, you can hear his sound. He has a very specific sound in all of his albums. Each album is a different story. And this one is very like futuristic. I'm not a good I don't have good explanations for these, because like music is just not something you can confine into like a minute description. It's so vast for a reason. It's a good album. Go listen to it. Next is my good boy Jameson, or JMSN. I think you just say Jameson though. Whatever makes you happy. Honey. His voice. No notes. This was a gift. This was a gift, and it was a good ass gift. Shout out to Chris once again. Are you kidding me? And this thing is heavy. Dark's Twisted Fantasy on vinyl. It's a trifold, but I believe there are 3 vinyls in here. This is insane. It was an insane gift. I was like, Chris, are you sure? He was, because I have it. Yes. One of my favorite things to yap about is music. Honestly. Next, oh honey, we all know him. All loved his music. Mr. Sinatra. Frank, to be exact. I think this is just a collection of some of his music. It's very calming jazz. I love listening to jazz. Okay, we're in the G's now. I know I'm not keeping up, but it is what it is. Glass Animals, honey. Glass Animals. If you know anything about Glass Animals, you know like they are the shit, okay? I'm sorry if you don't listen to them. You should. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but you should. Zaba. This is actually the album that introduced me to them. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful album. The feel and the story behind it. Like you can tell that there's a story and there's a deeper meaning behind the song. Very eclectic, eccentric music. It's music that you feel. Continuing with Glass Animals, this record right here is a very special one. I'm gonna show you why. The album Dreamland, honey, is that girl. Out of all of them, I'm sorry to Zaba, love her. She held me down. She popped my Glass Animals cherry, but Dreamland took it to another level, okay? I don't know what they were on when they made this, but It was some good stuff, okay? This record, the record itself is very special. I'm gonna show you why it's special. Just wait. Look at this. Looks regular, right? Looks regular. It's glow in the dark. Look. Yeah. Insane. When I saw it was a glow in the dark record, I said, I don't care how much this cost. I'm getting it. No one's stopping me. Not even my wallet. Next. It's called How to Be Human. And honestly, great title because that's exactly how it makes me feel. Like each song tells a story about a different character on this album cover. Like the everyday challenges that people have that they don't really talk about, and the shadow side of like human, just being a human and being alive and experiencing life. So it's a beautiful storytelling album. I honestly don't know where I got this or like what this is, but it's called Yellow Magic by Yellow Magic Orchestra. Like I said, I'm into musicals, Broadway musicals, but also show musicals, movie musicals. So show tunes, honey. And it can't get any more show toony than The Great Showman, okay? Zac Efron and Hugh Jackman did their big one, and Miss Zendaya, of course. I went to go see the movie on Christmas Day, like way back when it came out. Oh my gosh, if you haven't seen that movie, go see it. It's so good. Like it's the perfect family movie. And the music is great. I love musicals. If you don't like musicals, then it's just not for you. This is a random record. It's Heavy D, Big and Ready. It's another single. Yeah, I have a Heavy D record. Hippocampus, Landmark, and it's just good. And then the record itself is gorgeous, like gorgeous. All right. If you don't listen to them, listen to them. And look how cute. They have like a little record player in the living room on the album cover. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Jimi Hendrix, honey. You thought I wouldn't have a Jimi Hendrix record in my record collection? You don't know me. You don't know me like that. Y'all don't know me like that. Back up. The Jimi Hendrix Experience. Sorry, it's the band, not just him. Are You Experienced? Classic. More Jimi Hendrix. This is Rainbow Bridge, the soundtrack. K is a big stack, actually. This is all K. This is all K, and this is not even all of it. This is what I can fit in my lap. K, Trinata. No notes. This man is a genius. He's a genius, and I'm so glad he blew up the way that he did, because he definitely deserves it. I believe this was a gift too, if I'm not mistaken. Just no notes, bro. Like no notes. Like K Trinata is like, he's ahead of his time, and I'm glad that he's getting his flowers in the capacity that he's getting them while he's still here and making music, and I just love that. Yeah, because come on now. 2024 was a very interesting year, and it was because of Kendrick. Kid Cudi. 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 If you don't listen to Kid Cudi, we can't be friends. I have a lot of his records. Intergalactic, honey, if you haven't seen this movie, you're living under a rock. It's free on Netflix. Go watch it. Scott, can I call you Scott? Kid, Mr. Cudi. I have a request for you because Intergalactic was an absolute work of art. From the animation to the storyline to the plot twist to the character development to the freaking music, and you know it. Beautiful masterpiece. Now I have one request for you. Make another one. That's all I'm asking. I literally held a movie night on my rooftop with my friends to watch this because I said, if you haven't watched this, we can't be friends. I meant that. You don't listen to Kid Cudi, you haven't watched this movie, we can't be friends, okay? So I got all my friends together and I hosted a intergalactic themed rooftop movie night, and it was glorious. I played my soundtrack on vinyl and it was great. Everybody vibed with the movie, it was beautiful. Of course, Man on the Moon. This was also a gift. No notes. It's Man on the Moon, come on now. If there's one thing to know about me as like we're getting to know me through my music, I'm a Pisces. if you can tell. And if you didn't already know. I'm a Pisces. It's very on brand for me to be so obsessed with music. I am also very into astrology. Very on brand for my sign. I won't get into it. I'm drinking because I'm still stuffed up. Continuing. I didn't have the mic that entire time. It'll be okay. It's the last one that I have in his discography, and it's the what is it? Man on the Moon 3? I think. Glorious Man makes beautiful music. This next artist holds a very, very, very special place in my heart, in my collection, in my Spotify liked songs. Like, this artist was the epitome of middle school Brianna. I want y'all to understand something about me and Kings of Leon, okay? Very quickly. We go together real bad. Okay? I don't play about them. I actually went to go see them in September, I believe. September was a busy month for concerts. But I went to go see them in September. And I paid a good penny because this is my all-time favorite band. This is another one. This was a gift. One of my favorite albums by them. Come Around Sundown. If you know, you know. And then this one is Walls. And of course, it's one of those albums that don't got the name on it. I think it's Walls. So moving on to L. And I know Lucky Day is up there. You see him up there, right? He's right there. We will get to him. Don't worry. He's just what's on display right now, just because I love the artwork, the album artwork of it. So I switch this out periodically just to, change up the vibe. L, Mr. Leon Bridges. Don't play about him. I don't. That man, his voice and like his style and just his cadence and everything about it. I love an artist that has a niche because I don't know, I just do. I love artists who explore and like they're multifaceted and whatnot, but something about an artist that really like hones their craft in that niche, boy, and they do it like it's it is their job, but they do it like it's their life's dependent on it. Leon Bridges is one of them. Miss Ella Fitzgerald, I told you that's my girl. My guy is Mr. Louis Armstrong. Don't play about him. Don't play about him. Don't play. I love that I found this. This was just like a random find. I forgot where I got this, but it was definitely a new record because I remember it was wrapped and it's also like not dingy. It's pretty in some pretty good condition. If you're into jazz, you can't get better than that. Louis Armstrong, again. This is an evening with Louis Armstrong and his orchestra. It's beautiful and it's so long and it's glorious and it makes you travel back in time. It makes you wonder, like, how was music this beautiful with like such little technology? I don't wonder that. Maybe you do. But there's something called instruments that was like, whenever I hear artists use like real studio instruments in their albums, it does something to me. Because yes, we have excelled and we have grown and it has made so many different types of music possible with electronics. There is nothing in comparison to a good old-fashioned instrument recording. And I will die on that hill. Mr. Lucky Day, let me bring him down. Lucky Day. This is the only album I have by him, surprisingly. But yes, it's painted. He's a beautiful, beautiful voice. His style of R&B and like soul and like a little bit of funk too is just, I love it because it's not, you can't really box him in. You can't just say like, oh yeah, he's an R&B artist. He's a singing boy. No, Lupe Fiasco. This is an old one. This talk about travel in time. This was peak middle school me too. Lasers. It did what it needed to do. And I love music and albums that are still like, it's still relevant today. Not unsurprisingly. If you know the album, if you listen to Lupe Fiasco in this era, you'll know what I mean. This album is still relevant today, unfortunately. So I would definitely go listen to it. It's a great album. Listen to it with an open mind. He has great beats. His rap style is great. Love it. I know you didn't think we was gonna leave L without my good old boy, Luther Vandross. I found this, obviously, like, it's real dingy and like ratty-tatted and all that. I definitely thrifted this, and it's just something about a good thrift find is because it's like you're thrifting, so you don't know what to expect. You go to regular stores and you know, like, they're gonna have the big names, they're gonna have the recent artists, they're gonna have it. When you go thrifting, you don't know what to expect. You're just digging in crates and you find gems like this. There's no better feeling than that. It's euphoric, dare I say. And then this was not in the L section, but I think because it was loose, I didn't want to put it in between like the weight of the sleeves. So I just put it at the end. But Ice Cube, this is Ice Cube F Dying, and it's a single. So a lot of these like loose ones are just single. I just have this random one. I can't really tell you what it's called. It's by Climax. I don't know. It's Climax. I think I listened to it probably a handful of times, and it was good, but it was scratched. So it's like, yeah, I don't play it that much. The Manhattans. This was a thrift find. As you can tell, it's a little beat up, but it's good. And it's good. What I love about thrift finds is that you discover artists that you would never discover just listening to Spotify. Listen, this is probably controversial to say, but I believe that the old vinyls were made, they're higher quality and they were just made better overall. My opinion. It's just my opinion. This one was an album I got myself because I was going to see him in 2019 before he passed. Was it 2019? When did Mac Miller pass away? Alexa, when did Mac Miller pass away? Alexa, stop. This one is near and dear to my heart because I got this one when I was going to see him in concert in 2018 before he passed. So I bought the ticket and everything. I was gonna go with my friend and we were so excited. And it was just when this album had just come out. I think it was either this album or I think it was this one or Divine Feminine. I can't remember. But we were gonna go see him. Rest in peace. I'm just so sad that I wasn't able to see him before he went. Like, it was like the concert was probably like a month or two after his passing. So yeah, I still get a little emotional and like, you know, I get some feelings sometimes when I listen to his music. There's some songs in there that I'm just like, damn, you know, like he's really gone. It's crazy. And it was what, like 7 years ago, but you still feel that. And that's what I mean by like music. It's truly transcendental, and it's like you travel through time and it's crazy. Moving on. Masego. I know you didn't think I wasn't gonna have Masego in this collection. This album that he popped off with, honey, yeah, he is very, very talented. You want to talk about an artist? Instrumentalist? Yeah, he's that guy. Marvin Gaye. This is really good. It's a really good album. Obviously, I grew up like listening to some of his like more popular songs, but I never like sat down and listened to Marvin Gaye until I got this song. So like I said earlier in this video, that's why I love vinyls, because also like artists that you do listen to on the regular, sometimes when you get their whole album, you're never prompted to listen to the whole album on Spotify, like just having it on Spotify. You'll skip over songs, right? So the song you just don't like, or song it just doesn't interest you as much as the other songs on the album, doesn't catch you as much as the other songs on the album, you'll just skip over it. With vinyl, you can't really do that. You can, But like, it takes work. It literally takes manual work to get up and move the needle over to the next song. So you just let it play usually. 9 times out of 10, you'll let it play through the entire album. And so for me, that helps me discover artists more. It helps me discover more artists, and it also helps me discover artists more in depth that I already listened to. Next, Melanie Martinez. Melanie Martinez was the ish. I don't really listen to I don't really listen to her that much currently. This album and then the next one I'm going to show you really were like, they were it for me. Like she really could have left off on K through 12 and like it would have been glorious, honey. Like yeah. This is another artist that I would say is a niche artist. I think she's changed up her sound a little bit more recently, but like I said, I haven't listened to her music lately. But her albums, her concept, she has concept albums. And one thing about concept albums that I love, and then they tell a story. They just tell a story. And there's nothing more that I love than an album that tells a story, because you can kind of peek into the artist's brain and see their process from start to finish with the album. It's just it adds another layer to it, I would say. Crybaby, of course I had to have the OG. And speaking of album art, like what? And she has a storybook. She has a storybook with each of her albums. Name somebody. Name somebody that you know. Name an artist that you know that does that. I'll wait. That's all. Oh, this is a throwback. This is a throwback. And I don't mean like it's old, like the music is old. I just mean it's a throwback for me. Mod Sun. A lot of y'all probably don't know who Mod Sun is. He's a great rapper. And he just makes like very eclectic, kind of like 60s, 70s style hippie music, and it all has like a very positive message. And I think that's why I really loved it in like middle school, going into high school. I had a very positive message, and I loved that. This artist, before I get into them, I have every single one of their albums. And it's not because I was sitting here like I need to collect their albums because like, oh my god, they're my favorite artists. No, I just have every single one of their albums. Don't ask me any questions because I won't have any answers. It is what it is. But they slap though, because I wouldn't have them otherwise. So Mumford & Sons. When we want to talk about range, we can talk about this. You want to talk about range? Let's talk about range. Okay, my music taste knows no bounds. That's how I like to describe it. So Mumford & Sons, yeah. I have 3 of their albums. I think that is all of them. So they very well could have released something in like the past 3 to 4 years, and I just haven't gotten it. But yes, Delta is the most recent one that I have. OG, but a goodie, honey. Babel. I love it. It's just something about like the instrumentation in their music. It really gets me. Like that's why I love a good band. Like Kings of Leon, Imagine Dragons, Mumford & Sons. Who else? The Script. I don't got none of the Script on here. That's crazy. But the Script was it for me. One Republic, like, yeah. And I got some Murder Inc. Random is another single. Ja Rule, Holla Holla, featuring Jay-Z and a bunch of other artists. Busta Rhymes, and I think it's like a remix on either side, but yeah, this is what it looks like. I think this was a gift. Bad Boy Records and Notorious B.I.G. Life After Death, honey. It doesn't have a sleeve, but it has all of the components that you would find in a sleeve. Now, Odessa was a time for me. Let me tell you something. They changed my life. And I'm not being dramatic. I really wish I can be dramatic. I really can, but I'm not. Not in this case. I wish I could explain to y'all what their music has done for me, but I can't. You just have to go listen to it, and they make some of the most beautiful music. That's all I have to say. That I saw them live really young. I think I saw them in like 2017, 2018. and it was the best concert of my life. To this day, I cried. Next is their other album that I have. This is a beautiful, beautiful vinyl. And it's 2 of them. So just their music plus the album artwork is beautiful. I love it. So we have another random sleeveless vinyl, and it's Rita Coolidge. I don't know. I listened to it. It's random. I probably thrifted it. So, ooh, this next one, I'm very excited about, because if we want to talk about bands in middle school, which is where that was the period of time a lot of my music taste developed. It was in middle school. Still obsessed, but like that era, anyways. Panic at the Disco. Please tell me what you know about this, boy. You don't know nothing about this. You didn't know good music if you weren't listening to Panic at the Disco. Sorry. I hate to be the one to tell you that, but it's true. It's true. Okay. Pretty odd. Yeah. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. I write Sins Not Tragedies, Pretty Odd, like all of it. Just don't play. Let me tell you a story, because we're getting to know me, right? And we're still on Panic at the Disco. So Panic at the Disco was my first ever vinyl record. This one right here, Too Weird to Live, Too Young to Die. First ever record. This is the record I was telling you about, where I asked my parents to get me it before I even had a record player, like a nut. This was my first ever record. It's scratched as hell now, because I was like, 15, 16, didn't know how to take care of any freaking records. This baby is scratched. I don't even play it anymore. It's sad, but I don't. And then also to continue my story, that was the first ever record I asked for. Panic at the Disco was the first ever concert I ever went to. First concert I ever went to. And it was a big deal, because it was like, I had to be like in high school still. And I remember going with my friend, and we were like die-hard Panic at the Disco fans, and just loved it. It was my introduction into live music, besides like orchestra, of course, but it was my introduction to concerts. So it was a moment for me. It was a character development moment for me. Like, that was a pivotal moment in who I am today. Panic at the Disco concert circa like 2016, I think, or 2015, something crazy like that. It was glorious. A fever you can't sweat out. Like, come on now. If you know, you know. Like, if you know, you just know. I don't have to say much about it. Because if you know any Panic at the Disco album, it's that one. This is the final one. Yeah, we were still going, but this is it. Death of a Bachelor. This was a great album. I feel like it was underrated as hell, because they kind of dwindled a little bit after that, but it was a great album. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Of course, I got it on vinyl. Like, hello. Continuing with P, we have Portugal the Man. If you don't listen to Portugal the Man, I don't know what you're doing. Like, you're late. They're very good. I don't even know how to describe their sound, because like some people would say like indie rock, but I feel like they have more than that in here. And then they have a lot of good features too in their albums. This is not just the only album that I listen to. It's the only one I have on vinyl, but Portugal the Man is a pretty good style. They have a very good like depth of style. So, and then of course, this was a gift. Pink Floyd. Like, come on, nah. I'm just glad I have this. I'm not even gonna act like in front and act like I would buy this, but it was a gift, so I'm just glad I have it and I listened to it for the first time. And I loved it. I understand the hype. So I think we're on S now. This was a random find. Starpoint. Random. I don't really listen to it that much. Now. You may wonder why I only have one of his albums on vinyl. It was a gift. Don't clock me. okay? But this was my #1 listened to artist 2 years in a row on Spotify, my Spotify Wrapped, okay? So I'm basically a #1 fan because I was in like the top 0.1% of listeners for the past 2 years. Smino, I'm a real one, just so you know. Left for Rent. He did the damn thing, okay? I think he's always been like super artistically expressive in his music. This one was just very mature in his sound, and it was everything, honestly. I love his style, I love his beats. Whoever produces it, I think it's primarily Monty Booker. But yeah, they do the damn thing. And another artist that I don't have any of their discography in my collection, Raven Lenae. Him and Raven Lenae go together like bread and butter. And I love that they both feature on each other's albums every time they release an album. Like I love it. It's great. Temptations. Yeah, this one's old. I think I found this at like that old record store I was telling y'all about earlier in the video. This is heavy. Tupac. Because if I have Biggie in my collection, of course I gotta have Tupac. Flower Boy, Tyler the Creator. There's no sleeve to this. This was a gift. This is how it came. But it has everything that was like that should be in it. Great album. Don't judge me. So, the original Broadway cast recording, David Merrick presents Carol Channing in the new musical comedy Hello Dolly. So this isn't the Barbra Streisand one. This is the Broadway musical one. This is the OG, okay? And then there's this version, which is the Broadway musical comedy based on The Matchmaker by Thornton Wilder, Hello Dolly. So it's not the original Broadway soundtrack, but it's an arrangement. And all of these versions sound different. Like that's why I kept them. But the music on here, it's great. It made me go watch the movie. And that brings me to the last Hello Dolly soundtrack, which is the movie soundtrack. This is the one with Barbra Streisand. It's really good. I highly recommend if you're into like old movies, old Broadway adaptations. And what really got me for the musical is that Louis Armstrong, however you say his name, he's in it. Yeah. The original Broadway soundtrack. Why need I say more? It's the sound of music. Like, hello. John Travolta, Staying Alive. Oh, this was his peak, man. This is a movie soundtrack from the movie. This was another one where I didn't watch it until I got the vinyl because I was like, oh, now I'm interested. I need to know like the visuals behind this music. So 10 out of 10, go watch it if you haven't seen it. It's a good classic. And speaking of classics, West Side Story. Pink Panther. Who would think to like get the Pink Panther soundtrack on vinyl? Me. I saw it and I was like, oh wait, no, this would slap. And I was right because it's orchestra. It's composed and conducted by Henry Mancini. I think it's Henry Mancini. I think that's Italian name, so I think it's Mancini or Mancini. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. The hell you know about that, son? When I found this, I was like, oh, my love for classical music has been revived. This single-handedly revived it. This was also thrifted. And it's like, where else are you getting this? This one is a compilation of songs, and it's called Long Ago and Far Away, the Great Love Songs of the 40s. What you know about the 40s? But the songs, like I said, transcend time. So I love them nonetheless. Young the Giant, I forgot what it's called. You know these albums that don't be having the album name on the cover be irking my nerves sometimes. I love Young the Giant. Miss Yuna. Miss Girl did the damn thing with Rouge, okay? This album is so good. Like, I love Yuna. I love all her music. I love all her albums. Literally no skips ever. She has such a unique style and such a unique voice. Her music is very empowering. Even though it's very like kind of soft and melodic a lot of the times, it's very empowering. So I love her music. Okay, so now time for the 45s. All right, we're gonna start with Wham. Yeah. Okay, so this is their single. It's two singles actually. It's one, The Edge of Heaven on one side, and then Blue, which is another live recording on the other. Okay, so this 45 is a musical, and it's called Me and Juliet, and it has like 4 songs on it from the musical. And this actually made me go and listen to the full thing on Spotify and download the soundtrack. So this one is Quincy Jones featuring Tevin Campbell, Tomorrow, A Better You, A Better Me. Then the last one is Colors by Ice-T. So I think it's just the single, and it's like a remix or like different version on the other side. Okay, that is it. So thank you all for watching and tuning in to this first YouTube video. Like I said in the beginning, I wanted to do this just to give you all a better understanding of what my channel will encompass. It's gonna be a little bit of everything because I'm a very multifaceted person, as you can see by my music taste. Don't ever play about me, okay? If that shows you a little bit of me, then great, mission accomplished. That is exactly what I wanted to do. And I just want people to be able to relate to my content, but also learn and also just enjoy me going through life, because it's really just gonna be me going through life. I wanna talk about music, I wanna talk about travel, I wanna bring you all of my travel, and then also just like my day-to-day life, because I do have a day job that I do, and then I also just like, I have a fun social life. We're gonna get into it. Stay tuned for the next video. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, go ahead and give me a like down below. Go ahead and subscribe, because honey, this is just the beginning. Let me know in the comments what you want to see from me. Yeah, I will see you all next time.